Alright folks, this is a follow-up video to my unboxing video of Intel NUC i5. It's on my channel, you can check it out if you want. In this video, I'll be setting up the NUC, putting RAM and SSD inside and doing all the all the setup. I hope you don't mind if I don't talk too much in this video and instead concentrate on putting this thing together. Okay, so let's go. The first thing we need to do is to unscrew the legs, which is not very hard to do. Right here. These legs are very rubbery and it's a good quality rubber. I like it. Alright, so I've unscrewed the four legs. All you have to do is unscrew them. Then what you have to do is just lift up the bottom and it comes off just like that. So what we get inside is quite simple actually. Two RAM slots right here and the slot for the SSD. So pretty simple, nothing special here. So what I'm gonna do now is get the two RAM sticks that I have right here, take them out and install them over here. Okay, so here we go. HyperX DDR4, what is it, 2133, RAM stick 1, goes like this. Insert it at an angle, just push it in like this and just push it down. Here we go. So that's number 1 and that's number 2 right here. So it sits quite snug. Both of them are snug. Okay, so that's RAM done. Next comes a very exciting part, the SSD. Here is the SSD that I'm using. It's Samsung Evo 960 M.2. The thing is super fast. So let me take it out and install it. It goes right here. Okay, so here we have Samsung Evo 960 SSD. This is the first time I'm actually seeing this. Never seen this before. Never seen it live, I mean, but it's very cool. It's amazing how far the technology has come forward. Anyway, it goes in here and it plugs in like this. What's weird is these two cables right here. I don't know if you can see this, but let me, like these two cables right here, I assume it's gonna go over them, but it's kind of weird how these two cables kind of stick out. But anyway, I'm gonna install this now. You have to unscrew this screw here for the mount. Okay, comes in with a little screw here, and all you do is slot this in and that's it. Careful, push it in and there we go. You see, this also gets in the way. I don't know if you can see it here, but this gets in the way a little bit, so I had to move this out. There we go, it's nice now. Okay, so if you have something like this, you'll know what to do. So I'm gonna screw this back in and I think we are good to go. Make sure, oh, there we go, and not too tight. We don't want to tighten this too hard. All right, that's perfect. Not too tight and at the same time tight enough. So here we go. We have our NUC all ready and set up. Evo 960, 16 gigs of HyperX i5, ready to rock and roll. So what I'm gonna do now is I'll put the I'll screw the bottom back on and we are ready to go to the next stage of the setup. All right, so that's the final leg. I've screwed all these four legs in. Now we are ready to progress to the next stage, which is connecting this. I'm gonna take this to my desk and let's turn it on. All right, so we're at my desk. I've connected the power adapter for the NUC. It's connected under here. I'm gonna tie this cables up a little bit later. So here is where the NUC will go. If you're wondering what this white paper is, this is a placeholder I had for NUC. I know it's sad, but anyway. So I have HDMI cable, the Ethernet, and the USB, and the power adapter will go here. So let me connect this up and let's see what it looks like. Boom, it's all connected. Okay, so what do we have here? We have the power, HDMI, Ethernet, and the USB going into the monitor. That's for the hub. So I think it looks very neat and tidy, very minimalistic. Something interesting I noticed about the power cable itself, not the cable, but power plug. You see this part here? It's actually too long for it to be downwards facing. You have to have it either to the sides or upside down like this, which is quite interesting. And the power cable is also quite thin, so which is another thing that I found interesting. But anyways, let's look at the setup. So let me move back a little, and here is this setup. Very minimalistic, very tidy, I think, and very cool. There is only one thing left to do here, folks, and that's to push that power button. Here we go. So there we go. The boot up. I have to keep pressing F2 to get into BIOS. There we go. Come on. There we go. So we are in the BIOS of NUC i7. No, sorry, not i7, but i5, the 7th generation, Kaby Lake. So I can move my mouse here. It's very slow though. Maybe I have to increase the DPI. But anyway, so here we have 16 gigs of RAM, which is cool. Next we have the performance of fans. The fan is on now. Let me get quiet for a second. As you can probably hear or can't hear, it's not very loud, so that's cool. What else do we have here? If we hit advanced, okay, that's cool. We get all kinds of information. The RAM, log, the date, the time is incorrect. I'm gonna correct that. Next we have devices, we have SATA, we have our Samsung 500 gigs. That's cool. Next, cooling. I read that you can turn the fan on and off, control it, set the minimum threshold, so it's all here. I'm not very familiar with it right now, so I'm not going to change anything just yet. I just want to show you what the BIOS of the NUC looks like. So we have frequency here and all that, graphics, memory. You can configure the timings here and everything. Security, you can set the password if you want. Power, you can control all kinds of things here. This is a cool part where you can change the color. So as you can see, let me zoom in here. You can change the brightness of S0. I don't know what S0 means. I assume it's the light numberings, because this has multiple lights. There's a ring and the power as well. The power, I mean the brightness, you can have it at 50% off or 100%. Next we can have this light here blink or always be on, or have a different frequency for it. Okay, that's cool. The color, okay, so I assume S0 is the power because we have blue and amber, and the power is blue here, so I assume that's for the power. Again, the brightness, this is probably the ring. This has multiple colors. Oh no, actually this has also amber or blue. Oh, here's the ring. I'm not sure if you can see it here, but here's the ring, and you can configure it to whatever you want. HDD, activity, SW control. I don't know what SW is. Again, you can configure intensity, 50%, 100%, or off. I don't know what the hell I was pointing at right there. Anyway, this ring has multiple colors, so you can have magenta, yellow, blue, red, green, or white. You know what? Let me pick green here. Okay, that's cool. Next, we have Wake on LAN and other stuff here, other things. Okay, so let me zoom out. Next, we have boot, so you can configure the boot order and all of that. You can have boot configuration, secure boot, and all that stuff. Here's an interesting thing. You can actually take a screenshot inside the BIOS. That's very cool. BIOS has really come a long way since my last laptop. We have favorites, we can have custom profiles, and we can have file explorer, BIOS update, and all that stuff. So anyway, I don't have anything installed on this yet. So what I'm gonna do next is take this USB stick. I have Windows 7 here. Sorry, not Windows 7, Windows 10. I'm gonna put this in there and I'm gonna install Windows 10. I'm sure you're interested in that as well, so I'll take you through that process as well. So that's the next stage now. Okay, so on to the next stage. So I have my flash drive here with Windows 10. Let's power it on and let's install Windows 10. By the way, I've heard that Intel NUC does not like Windows 7, I think, or something like that. I think you can only install Windows 10 on it, as far as I know. And here's another thing, I don't know if you caught that or not, but do you see that green light? If you remember, I changed the HDD activity to green light. So anyway, here we have Windows install screen. So United States, English, where is it? Actually, here. Ireland, time and currency. Keyboard is US. I really like US keyboards. Okay, it's the layout. Okay, so we have everything set up. Next, install. And here we go. So you'll see the activity here as the stuff gets loaded. I'm gonna enter the product key later, so I'm gonna press I don't have a product key. I want Windows 10 Pro. Next. Okay, I agree to the license. Of course, I read all of this. Custom install. No, install this. I'm gonna partition the drive later, so I'm gonna just hit next, and it's starting. So as you can see here, the stuff is being loaded. The SSD activity light is on, blinking. Okay, so I'm gonna let it do its thing, and I'll be back when we progress to the next step. Okay, so it's installing updates now, so there is not much left. This light looked cool for 5 minutes. Now it's kind of starting to get on my nerves, so I think I'm gonna turn that off. So the NUC's gonna restart now and continue installing Windows 10. I'm sure you're all familiar with how Windows 10 installation goes, but just in case, just to show you. Okay, the Bootup logo is clean, which I like. So we are booting up. Starting services. Ooh, that's interesting actually. I've never seen this before. That's not how Windows installs. But let's see anyway. Let's see what happens. The thing is going mad. I'll definitely turn this thing off though, like definitely. I'm sure you'll want to skip through this step. In fact, you know what, let me pause and continue once something interesting happens. Okay, the NUC just restarted and it's continuing to do its thing, installing Windows 10. Alright, so here we go. I think we're almost finished. Just a moment. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna set this up now. Region Ireland, yes. Keyboard is US. Where is it? US, right here. Yes. Want to add? No. Skip. Okay, so your typical Windows 10 installation. I have Ethernet cable connected to this, so it should be able to pick up the network if it installs drivers while it's installing Windows. We'll see. This network check is really taking its sweet time. It's been on this for a few minutes now, so let's wait. Okay, finally we are past that network stage. That thing took like 10 minutes to check all whatever it was checking online. But just so you know, if you're in the similar situation, just give it some time. It took like 10 minutes, like I said, to do all the checking. Okay, so we reboot it and we'll see what happens now. What happens next? Intel NUC. That's cool. Okay. That gray color is familiar. I think it's gonna ask me to set up users now, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, yeah. So cool. Let's set up for personal use next. Alright, that's interesting. It says something went wrong when I picked for personal use. So let me try that again. Let's see what happens. Okay, it sent me back to this screen. So again, I'm gonna press setup for personal use, then hit next, and let's wait just a moment. Okay, it's giving me this something went wrong again. So you know what? I'm gonna skip this for now. So let's see who's going to use this PC. I'm gonna just type in user and hit next. No password for now. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna turn some of the things off or just leave them on. No, actually turn them off. I don't want, well, do I want speech recognition? I don't want it. It's not available in Ireland anyway. Don't want this, don't want this, don't want ads. Keep the location on. Actually, I'm gonna turn the diagnostics on later. But anyway, let's accept for now. And here we go. Hi. Hello. Okay, so Windows 10 is getting ready. I don't know why it told me that something went wrong. I'd never encountered that during Windows 10 installation. But anyway, so this may take several minutes. So let me pause here. Sorry, I paused before I finished my sentence. I meant to say let me pause here and I'll be back in several minutes. Okay, let's start. Here we go. Yay. Yes. So there we go. Windows 10 finally installed. That's cool. So here is what the setup looks like. Very cool, don't you think? I think it looks very cool. Let's launch Edge. And as I read online, people are recommending that the first thing to do is to install the BIOS update for the NUC. And that is exactly what I am going to do once this page loads. It's not seems to be loading. I wonder if there's something wrong with the Ethernet cable. I don't know. Seems to be okay. All right. You know what? Give me a second here. Let me figure it out and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So, I don't know what's up, but I think I might have patched that Ethernet cable wrong because I did it myself. What happened was that I disabled Ethernet and went wireless, and it's all fast now. So I'm gonna look at that later. So right now, the first order of business is search the drivers, go here, pick this here, then come here, find your NUC, whichever model you may have, and then come down. Actually, let me go back. So this page will open up, then hit support, it will go down here, then hit drivers, and we want BIOS update. So here's the BIOS update, and let's click that. Oh, and it's telling me there's a newer version available. Okay. All right, so we're gonna download Windows 10 compatible. We also have OS independent, but from reading here, it says that it's better to do Windows 10 dependent BIOS update. So that's cool. Okay, let's do that. All right, let's read this. The download should initiate soon. We save it, then view downloads. Here we have the download progress. After this BIOS update is done, I think I'm gonna stop filming and look at that Ethernet cable, and I'll get back to you. I also have to install the drivers for the screen and everything. Not the screen, the graphics drivers and all of that. It's telling me here, it's giving me a little warning telling me I need to install drivers. And I think that's pretty much it. Did it finish? I think it finished. Let me go to, yeah, there we go. View downloads. It's scanning now. Open the folder. Here we go. I'm gonna I'm gonna shut down Edge. Okay. Turn this off and double click that. Hello. Express BIOS update. Yes, I want the BIOS update, please. Give me the BIOS update, please. Okay, let's see what it does. Okay, welcome to something something. Will update. Okay, continue. I accept the terms. I always accept the terms. Continue. Restart and install BIOS. Yes, please. Okay, so we're gonna update the BIOS. Okay, we are getting, I don't know if you noticed this, but stick back and you'll see that there was a red light there for a second. Now let's see what happens. Okay, it's doing something. The power is flashing, not flashing, blinking, and the BIOS is installing. Cool. Yeah, I read on Amazon that apparently you have to install the BIOS. The first thing you do is install BIOS on this. So that's what I did. Okay, so let me pause here and I'll get back to you. Okay, the NUC just restarted. There's this ring is now solid colored. I don't know, I think the BIOS set it this way. So here we get, congratulations, you successfully updated your system BIOS. That's cool. So the new BIOS must set this the ring to permanently on. I might actually, not might, but I think I'll definitely turn that off because I don't need that extra light. Anyway, let's click finish on this. Where is it? Finish. Meanwhile, while this was updating, it didn't take too long at all. I got this Ethernet cable, so let me connect that and let's see what's up with that Ethernet. I'll be right back. Alright, I just replaced the cable there, but it's still quite slow. I don't know why that is. I also tested the cable that I patched, that black cable originally connected to it, and it's fine as well. So I probably have to install drivers or something. I still have to install all the graphics drivers and all that stuff. Alright, so I figured out what the problem was with the Ethernet, and it was not the cable, so my patching skills are still there. The problem is that I think the cable I used, I think it's Cat5, and it's not compatible with the gigabit Ethernet. So what you have to do is you have to come down here, you have to go to Device Manager, right here, then go to Network Adapters, right here, double click this, go to link speed and pick 100 megabits full duplex, and then it works fine. I had it at auto negotiation and it wouldn't work that way, so once I changed that, after that it's all good. So it's quite fast now. So what else do I want to show you? Let me show you. Oh yeah, by the way, while I was at it, I also installed all the drivers, all the latest drivers. So let me show you the shutdown and the boot up speed. So let's shut it down, and this is how quickly it shuts down. Okay, so it shut down now, and when it's off, this is what it looks like. As you see, there's a red light, and let's see the boot up speed now. There we go. Oh, okay, I didn't press it. There we go. Okay, we get the Intel NUC logo, and there you go, it's on. That's fast, isn't it? That's really fast. And let me show you something completely insane. Look at this. I'm just gonna do one pass here and sequential read and write. Check this out. It's going. This is incredible. I mean, look at the speed. 3200 megabytes. That is insane read speed. Wow, that is truly incredible. And look at the write, 1691. That's crazy. That is so fast. That's mad fast. Wow. Besides that, I want to show you. Oh yeah, let me show you. I forgot to show you this, and that is the micro SD card reader. So let me quickly stabilize this camera on a tripod, and I'll show it to you. Just a second. So micro SD slot is spring loaded, so you have to just press this in, and it will get fixed there. There you go. And once that's fixed, you'll get this. The window will automatically open up, and let me show you. It's gonna show up right here. So there is your micro SD card, and it looks nice there, quite snug. So that's cool. Next, oh yeah, I want to talk to you about the noise. So this is how loud it gets. Let me go quiet. As you probably hear or don't hear, it's not very loud, especially for me. I'm coming from a laptop that was super loud. So I think you're not going to be bothered too much by the noise. Now let's see the general speed and check this out. This thing is fast. Okay, let's go to GSM Arena. Look at this. Boom. Wow. That is fast. And that is mad fast. Look at this. That's crazy. Amazon. Let's check that out. Wow, that is fast. That is just super fast. Let's go here. Here. That is so fast, especially for me. I mean, I used Intel Intel Studio 1500. That's a laptop from 2010, so this is quite a jump. I think for general use, unless you have some specialized use like I don't know, like rendering or very heavy gaming, this system will be fine for almost everyone. You can do coding, you can run Visual Studio on this, you can do whatever you want, and it will handle it just fine. So let me give you a final general look at the setup, and I think then we will complete this video. So here's the final look at the setup. This is what it looks like. That's Bootup 84, Intel NUC7i5. That's Logitech Z205, Dell U2415, and that's Acme mouse. I think that's NW08. So yeah, that pretty much completes this video, this lengthy video. Thank you very much for watching. If you found this useful and if you liked it, please leave me a like. I'll really appreciate that. And other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.